Hello Taurus, welcome to the October of 2023 tarot reading with Animal Totem. My name is vickieverlie and this is going to be your reading for the Taurus Sun sign, Taurus Rising, Taurus Moon. My name is vickieverlie. Find me at vickieverlie.com and you're watching the Rock and Roll Prophetess on YouTube. Okay, these are the decks we're going to be using for today's reading. Because it's All Hallows Eve and the season, we're going to break out our spooky decks. So we're going to start with the Deviant Moon Tarot for the first portion of the reading, followed up by the Dark Mansion Tarot. And then, of course, we're going to pull your Animal Totem, as always. And then if you're a level 2 Patreon supporter, there's going to be another spooky deck in the Tarot del Fuego will be for the Patreon bonus cards. Okay, so we are getting into eclipse season. We've got to talk about the eclipse season. We are getting into eclipse season, and although this month, it'll be October 25th, will be the first new moon eclipse of the eclipse season, and as we get into November, the second part of it is going to be in your sign. In November, it'll be you're still involved in the eclipses just till the beginning of next year, and then you have 18 to 19 years off of being in the eclipses. Yeah, Tauruses, you've really been affected by these eclipses over the past couple of years, and brings about a lot of changes. It brings stuff up in your faces. It throws you some curves. The eclipse seasons, when you start having eclipses in your sign, when you get into that year and a half or a couple of years where it's in your sign there, it can be very disruptive, and a lot of big changes can occur during these eclipse seasons. So, and that would be true if you're Taurus rising as well, because it's happening in your 1st and 7th house. That would affect your relationships, and your 1st house is just who you are. And also when you have, here's your first card, it's the Devil. I'm going to stop shuffling and then we'll do that. I just want a little bit more astrology because it's important, especially for you, Taurus, because the eclipse it's opposing you too. Let's bring this out real quick to just talk a little bit about this eclipse. Put this aside. That'll be your first card. Okay, so yeah, here you are, Taurus, and the opposite sign to you is Scorpio. It's exact opposite. Okay, so when it's happening, one part of it's in Scorpio, the other part's in Taurus. That's how it works. You guys have been the ones that have been getting nailed with these eclipses. But even if your sun sign is Taurus, you might have Venus in Taurus, you might have Mercury in Taurus, you probably have some other planets in Taurus too, because usually the inner planets, the personal planets, especially like Mercury, Venus, and Mars, travel fairly closely with the sun. So these eclipses could be like hitting on your Venus, and an eclipse hitting on your Venus, that's big news, or hitting on your Mercury, any of them, anytime the eclipse there's other points that it could be hitting on. So it's impactful, and it's been impactful, and you may not be like really on solid ground until early next year when the dust settles from all the disruption. Okay, let's go ahead and just start the reading here, because we've got the Devil, followed by the Knight of Swords. Next below we have the Two of Swords. Past we have the Three of Rods, 10 of Rods, the Chariot, nice, 2 of Pentacles, 6 of the Lovers, 9 of Rods, and final outcome is the 4 of Rods. Yeah, you need a rest. You need a rest, Taurus. You have been through some big stuff, and even like this, I don't think of this card as a conflict, but it can be. It can be a conflict in your mind. It looks like it's one person. It's two sides of yourself, battling within yourself. You have the Devil, and the Devil is about being in bondage. And this almost reminds me like the devil and the angel and the devil, or the angel and the devil, like in the old cartoons, because it's one person here. So there's this devil kind of vibe going on, but devil in traditional tarot, devil is about being in bondage. It's about being held down to something. And and it is the card of Capricorn too. When I saw this, it grabbed me as Capricorn. So some of you are dealing with a Capricorn. The thing is that, what was I going to say about it? Oh yeah, Taurus says you can get caught in that vibe, because Taurus, you are fixed. And, stubborn as a bull, we've all heard that expression, right? So, you can get caught in being fixed and not wanting to move on and staying in a situation, you'll stay till the bitter end, And, you know, Scorpio's the same way, all the fixed signs, but Taurus, I think it's you the most. Like, you'll really, you know, it takes a lot for you to change your course, because you just like to take things very practical, one step at a time. I got my eye on my prize and, you know, work toward it. When eclipses are happening, the universe is wanting you to change your course, or wanting you to realign with your true course is really what it's about. Because when the eclipses are happening, it's because of the nodes. And the nodes are all about your fate and destiny. It looks like we're getting some glare here. Yeah, that's better. We'll turn that off. I thought it would be cool to use the black cloth, but I don't know. I think I might switch back to the white one for the next few readings. We'll see. The cards look like they're getting a little bit lost in the black, but whatever. Back to your reading. So you may have that tendency, that reluctancy to change. You know, Taurus, you do have that tendency. So this is a time when eclipse seasons are time to change, you know. And what's coming ahead, you may feel it. Yeah, is there hard work ahead? Probably. In a lot of cases, yeah. But this is a card, even though he's almost there. This isn't a card of hard work forever. You're almost there. You're almost there. And then the Chariot is here. And this is the highest success card in the deck. It's major victory. Put on your gear and get to it. You've got all the equipment. You've got everything you know. Just put on your gear and march on forward, Taurus, because you're heading for some nice things. You do have the Lovers here. So some of you, this could be some major... If your love life if you're wanting a change in your love life, this could totally bring it about. Again, now this first eclipse in Scorpio, even though it's on the opposite side of you, it could be opposing your Venus, or opposing, it's going to oppose some of people's stuff. And that when a planet opposes you in astrology, that makes a very big impact. The eclipses are impactful, make no mistake about it, but particularly you, because you're involved in it. So, if you want to change, whatever you're wanting to change in your life, there's powerful mojo to do it. 10, you've reached the end of the road of there. There's something, this is so creepy, isn't it? I love these decks though, but look at this. What is this? Ugh. There's something that, there's something that has fed you for a while, that you had great success with, and you were able to feed off of it for a while. But you don't want to get, like, what the term that's coming through is rest on your laurels. You don't want to get too comfortable, because if you do, if you rest on your laurels, you may be missing out on opportunities for all sorts of things. There was a Knight of Swords crossing over you, so this is somebody that's an obstacle that you're having possibly having difficulty with. Air sign energy, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, male or female, doesn't matter. You're thinking about it, well, the money, I don't know if I want to. This feels really connected to the Lovers to me, though. Somebody might be doing some kind of erotic dance, or, something like this, or is that do you guys do that, in the privacy of, is that like foreplay for some people, or, I don't know, or, this really feels very erotic to me, and normally it really doesn't, but because it's right with the Lovers, it feels like there is there could definitely be some changes in love life, or some of you might be seeing two people, or trying to decide between two lovers, torn between two lovers. You definitely got the twos. You're making, there's this crossroads of making decisions. The nine of rods. This is being on guard. This is like, I've been through the ringer. I just, trepidation. There's trepidation. This one, it looks more sorrowful, but usually it's kind of like, it's like there's stuff to be done here, but it's just like, oh, am I even up for it? I've just been through this whole eclipse season. Like, can I please have a rest? And so some of you might need a little rest after this. Okay, let's go ahead and get on to the next part of the reading. Now, your Earth sign, so you're going to show up as Pentacles. So we're going to find you in the spread as your significator, which I will use the adult Earth cards, the adult Pentacles. So that's going to be Knight, King, or Queen of Pentacles. And when we find that, that's going to be the one that represents you. And then we're going to look at the cards surrounding you. I'm going to click my fingers and make a loud noise because my... Hey! Sorry. My dog's, you hear that jingling in the background? If you didn't, you'll hear it now. That's my dog. He's scratching himself or something in there. It's distracting. So we've got the Fool, the Three of Swords, the Temperance card, These are beautiful. This is that Dark Mansion Tarot. Beautiful illustrations. I love this deck. I always break it out right at around here. We've got Two of Swords twice. I always break it out at Halloween for the public videos. The Sun card. The Devil again. Three of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. That's you. Look at, that's you there too. When I saw this, I said, that's you. And it is. It's so interesting. Okay, now we're going to do one more row below, so we have a little bit more information of the surrounding situations. Judgment. Two of Cups, so very much back on the slant of this romantic stuff here. Ten of Wands, you have that twice too. So you're carrying a heavy load there. And you have the Three of Wands again. You can have success again. That Three of Wands in the first one was how you'd found that thing. Wait, I've got to stop the dog from doing that because it's annoying me. Rocco, come here. Rocco. Come here. Get in here. Okay, sorry about that. The Three of Wands. I'm going to take this collar off. That's what we're going to do. Sorry, Taurus. I don't want to edit the video because it takes really long. All right. Good boy. All right, so there. Three of Rods again. This is key because in the first one you had that Three of Rods moving into the past. You'd milk that situation for as much as you could get out of it. Well, here, there's going to be another Three of Rods coming in. Another opportunity at success, okay? And you're going to be laying the groundwork here. This is, okay, this is you, but, I mean, this is you. This grabbed me right away when I saw it. This is you, Taurus, potentially. You know, you're making the plans, you're showing your business proposal, or you've got this idea, you're bringing others on board. You know, you've got a new plan. You've been through some, you know, don't hang on to this old stuff anymore because it's just not going anywhere. You've got to water your garden with the new ideas. The universe is watering your garden. They're filling you with new ideas. These eclipses break things open and the cracks so that's when the good mojo can get in. You know, you got to take that leap. You got to take that leap. It's time for a change. When the eclipses are coming through your sign, it's a time for a change. You know, it just is. So this is you. I feel like this is, even though this is the Knight, this is technically your representation card here. I feel like the story I see in these two cards together is here you are doing this work, making these plans, and then this is you. You've got the pentacle firmly under your arm there, and like this is you as the older man, you know, or the older, it doesn't have to be a man, but you know, the years later, and you're thinking back to that time. It's like, yeah, who knew when I first started when I was drawing up those plans or writing down those ideas, and here I sit on the top of the mountain with my trusty steed and my big pentacle under my arm and everything. Yeah, devil is here twice. You're in bondage. You know, you don't want to let go of what you have. Sometimes you got to let go of some security that you have. The better the devil you know, there's that devil, okay? Better the devil you know than the devil you don't know. That was the whole message of that. And yeah, you've got the Ten of Wands. It's going to be hard work. I don't feel like it's all that much hard work getting this new thing going because I feel like you're really, you're into it. You know, you're definitely into it, it feels like. I feel like the transition is going to be hard. You know, there's multiple things that have to be untangled and undone. All these, there's that Two of Swords twice too. All these things have to be unraveled and undone in order to leave whatever situation you're leaving. Some of you may be leaving a marriage and going to your new lover here. But for more of you, it feels, you know, money and financially money oriented. But you're going to have to unravel all this stuff. You know, it's complicated. It's not just, well, you know, I quit the job and what's next. There's always these other things, and I think that's another reason that you've stayed so long here. If you go ahead and cut those ties, cut those ribbons, then and that's going to be really next month, and when you have your full moon eclipse in your sign. I mean, that's going to really be the, you know, the pinnacle of this vibration coming through. But you're feeling it now. We're feeling it now this month. You totally should be feeling it now. You know, then you're going to shine. Then you're going to have that sun moment. Other people are going to show up. New soulmates will show up. You can be with these new soulmates. You will have another, you will hit the jackpot again. You will have another big success. Your best days are not behind you, Taurus. You know, you don't have to keep trying to milk this old thing. There's new things on the horizon, powerful new things. Okay. Judgment, you know, this is this, you've paid your karmic debt too. Look at this, talk about a nice Halloween card. This is a really cool one for Halloween, isn't it? All right, so let's go ahead and get our animal totem for the month. One quick announcement. I am opening up for the 2023 year ahead readings. The most popular reading of the year by far. Many of you order it every year. I started last year around this time, you know, end of September, early October, and it was much less burdensome on me. I got to, you know, spread it out a little bit. So it's, when the first year I did it only in December, and it was just like, you know, I was dead meat by the time I got through all that. And then on top of trying to do all the holiday stuff that everybody has to do too. So then, you know, I started doing it November, December, and it was still even a little bit much. So now we're doing October, November, December, and that's a nice pace, you know. And I can get the reading to you within a reasonable time, usually within 1 week, you know, where I'm not just completely overwhelmed. And I enjoy doing them, and people enjoy having them. So what I do is I look at some astrology, and then we do the 4 quarters of the year, and we pull your animal totem. So check it out if you're interested. You can find it on my website. Okay, what is the animal totem for our... I almost said Aries, but we're doing Taurus, of course. Taurus, peeps. The crow, the news is coming. There's going to be communications. You're going to get news, you're going to get messages. A raven or crow is the... and I know they're different, but I think of them in the same... metaphysically, I think of them very similarly. Similarly? They're similar. Okay, magic, myth, legend, and lore. The raven is calling you to awaken to the mystery and enchantment. It's time to shape-shift your life into what you want it to be. Yeah, shape-shift your life. That's what we've been talking. And again, I keep harping on these eclipses, but it is. You know, it's the time of change. So, but it doesn't have to be change for the. And you can find a solution. I'm looking at this. This is really grabbing me. You can find a solution. If you're like, well, I can't leave, I can't make this change because of this, and how am I going to get out of this? Take that off and really look at it. You can figure it out. You're smart, Taurus. You can do this. It's not like you're stepping into well, you know, that's another thing real quickly before we end. With you, Uranus has been in your sign for the first time, for most people, the first time in your lifetime. And if you've had it before, it was when you were a real little baby. It was in the 1930s, the last time it was in there, or, you know, 1930s to early 1940s. So for most adults, this is the first time we're dealing with this energy, and it's in your sign, and it does make changes. It does make things turbulent, but it also frees you from that devil energy and allows you to go, you know, you have this dream. I had a dream. What is that? Zeppelin. People, won't you listen now? Sing along now. You don't know what you're missing now. Yeah, that's the truth. What the hell is that? Everything that's tall has to grow. It always grows. Dun, 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 dun. I still don't know what it is. It's a Zeppelin song. If anybody knows it, throw it in the comments. Because the reason we want to look up these songs too is because often there is meaning in the lyrics. So everything that's small has to grow. I think that's it. And it always does. I'm definitely getting that Zeppelin song is coming through super strong regarding this whole thing for you. It's never too late to start something new. Okay. All right, Aries. I keep wanting to call you Aries. All right, Taurus. Patreon peeps, Tarot del Fuego is up next. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. You might be in for a little bit of a bumpy ride, but it's definitely worth it. Remember your love and beauty incarnate. Please hit that subscribe button to let YouTube and me know that you do enjoy my readings and you want me to continue doing them. Have the best month ever, and we'll speak again soon. Patreon's up next. Till next month.